Hi everyone, and welcome back to the London Watch Collector channel. So as I promised you guys a couple of weeks ago, when I kind of completed my collection. When I say completed, I mean I'm 90% satisfied with the collection. I might be adding a piece or two every year depending on what they release. During the last couple of years, I was able to go on a journey and find and research into the brands and build myself the perfect watch collection, in my opinion, of course. And I thought, what better than share it with you guys and take from you some feedback, your opinion, because it really matters to me, and then just discuss everything to do with watches. Because if you just tuned into my channel, I'm a watch collector, a watch enthusiast, and I just love everything to do with watches. So what I'll be doing in this review is revealing my collection, talking to you about every single watch. Each one tells a story. Because a watch collection is not just combining 10, 12, 15, then saying I have a watch collection. No. It's the fact that you remember what you had to go through, what country you had to visit, which authorized dealer, the person who actually served you on the day. And every watch tells a story. And that's what I want to share with you guys. But before I do that, I would like to share this watch case that I got, because I've been out in the market looking for the perfect watch box, something that would hold all my watches at the time. This watch box you see in front of you is for 10. It's a Peli case, 1400, which is crush proof, waterproof, dust proof, and believe it or not, comes with a lifetime guarantee. I was able to find this UK supply, UK based website. It's called the casefarm.co.uk, and they were lovely. The full experience of buying this from them was fantastic. And once I show it to you from the inside, you're gonna understand what I mean, because it has a complete foam fittings all around, and it actually holds 10 watches, making it the perfect case for me. And I believe they have 3, 6, and 10 if I'm not mistaken on their website. So do check them out. I'll keep the link in the description below. So there, as you can see, it says a genuine Peli case, and that valve that you see, it's a non-return valve. It's called an automatic purge valve. It's made in Europe. It's a Peli 1400 case, and the hinges you see here are of good quality. The handle is rubberized from the inside to give you a better grip. And you've got two little holes here. You can put actually some padlocks just in case you want to store it. And to open up the case, and there you go, guys. And that is the state of the collection as of the 31st of March 2018. What I'll be doing here is I'll be talking to you about each watch. I'll be starting with my Seiko all the way up to my Patek. I'm not going to share anything to do with the watches because I've done the reviews for all except for those two. So do check them out on my website if you're more interested in the actual watch review. So the SKX009J. I would say this is my beater watch. This is the watch I'd wear when I want to be undercover. It has a nice bracelet. It's a Super Oyster aftermarket bracelet, which is quite good quality. I bought it in the UK. It cost me around £300. And there are differences between the J, which is Japan, and the Malaysian models, but I prefer the J model. I wear this watch quite a lot, especially when I want to be, as I said, undercover. I don't really want to show off what's on my wrist. It's a good value for money watch because it gives you a day, a date. So as you can see, it's Sunday the 18th, and it keeps good time as long as you know how to place it before going to bed. So if you want to gain some time, you just place it with the dial upwards. If you want to lose time, you place it with the crown upwards to its side. So moving on. Next is the Speedmaster Professional Speedy Tuesday, released in 2017. It was first launched in January, but we saw it in the market somewhere around summer. I used to have a couple of Speedmasters, including the Speedmaster Professional, Moonwatch, the CK2998, but once I saw this, I had to have it. And once I had it, I felt that this should be the only Speedmaster I have, because having a Daytona being the ultimate chronograph to me, I felt that the Speedy Tuesday would be a nice addition to the collection, especially where it's a reverse panda dial. And as you can see, I have it on a Snoopy strap, because to be honest, I said it in my review, I didn't like the strap that it came with, the vintage brown leather strap. I feel it goes perfect with the Snoopy strap. And I paid £4,100, which was a retail price in the UK. Next is my Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean GMT. This was discontinued in 2015. I don't really like the newer models. This is a 43.5mm. I have it on a rubber strap, original Omega rubber strap, along with the clasp. I'm still to review this watch. Hopefully I'll do it soon. This was my first ever Omega watch I bought, and it's a special one to me, and I really love the look of it. And having a GMT function is always an advantage. I paid £4,950 for it, retail price, back in 2015. Next is the Rolex GMT-Master 2 116710 BLNR, or as we all know it as Batman. It's another special watch. I feel it is the ultimate GMT watch. It's perfect in every way. The GMT having a history it has, and such an iconic watch, it's a must in every collection. And I paid retail price for the Batman £6,550. Another iconic piece, the Submariner date, the 116610 LV. No one on the planet doesn't know about a Rolex Sub. It's one of the most iconic watches out there. The Hulk to me has a special taste, a special feel. It represents the Rolex green. I love the color green. And to me, it's a very special watch. I bought the first Submariner date back in 2015. I was able to get another one by end of 2017. And I paid for the Hulk £6,600, which is the UK retail price. It's a watch that will always stay in my collection. Next, guys, is the Sea-Dweller 4000, discontinued in 2017 after the release of the 50th anniversary Sea-Dweller. So why did I buy this watch? Believe it or not, I never looked at it before it was discontinued, to be honest. But the moment the new Sea-Dweller came out and I bought it, I tried to like it, I tried to wear it, but it did not sing to me. The size, along with the Cyclops, just killed the purpose. To me, it just looked like a sub on steroids, which actually made me get rid of the 50th anniversary and acquire this Sea-Dweller 4000. Which cost me quite a lot. I paid around £10,000 for it. It was definitely a premium. Do I regret it? No, I don't, because I know for a fact that this watch is going to become a collector's piece, because it was one of the least watches in production, 30 or so months in production from 2014 till 2017. It didn't really sell good when it was actually available by Rolex. The reason for that, it looked too similar to a sub, and the only differences were obviously the thickness, the helium escapement valve, and the matte dial finish. The Rolex Cosmograph Daytona. The name by itself is enough. This would be one of my top 3 watches in my collection. It's an iconic watch. Besides its history and what it had to go through, being tossed around, no one wanting to buy it until Paul Newman came along and the watch just boomed. As you all know, the Paul Newman's Daytona sold for over $17 million. It's an iconic watch in every way, but I just love the aesthetics of the watch, the contrast of the black and white, the way the Rolex crown sits at 12 o'clock proudly knowing what it is. And it's a very reliable chronograph with an excellent movement, the 4130, keeping perfect time. I paid retail for this watch, £9,100. The Sky-Dweller, released in 2017, the 326934. First time we see it in stainless steel and two-tone, and it's in the blue dial. This was my first complicated watch. When I say complicated, I mean annual calendar. And to be honest, it ticks all the boxes. The movement it has, the 9001, is one of the best movements out there. Where I've said in the review I've done, the ring command bezel, the engineering and design behind it is just spectacular. So I bought this back in 2017, October to be exact. I paid retail price for it, £10,600. It's another iconic piece, although it's only been around since 2012. But the way it takes the Datejust look, to me, it replaces all the Datejust. That's why I sold the first ever Rolex I bought back in 2015, which was the Datejust 2 in Azuru Blue, because it was too similar. Having a fluted bezel, the dial it has, the way the Rolex crown sits at the 12 o'clock, it looks like the big brother of a Datejust. So the Datejust 2 had to go after acquiring the Sky-Dweller. Next is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Jumbo, or the 15202. This is another special watch to me because I've had a Royal Oak before. It was the 15400. Although I like that watch, but it did not sing to me again. And after looking into the brand, I had to go for this watch because it ticks all the boxes and you can't neglect how iconic this piece is. It's the truly living relative to the first ever Royal Oak designed by Gerald Genta, the 5402. And it's as close as you can get nowadays, still being manufactured by AP. It was first released in 2012 and it has the famous 21-21 movement, which was first designed by L.W.C for the three top brands being Patek, AP and Vacheron back in the early 70s. I did not acquire this watch in the UK, I got it abroad and it cost me around the similar retail price in the UK, which is around £19,000. It has a blue dial that changes depending on the lighting. It could look anything from grey down to blue. And the way they've applied the AP logo at 6 o'clock, replacing the automatic lettering that's on the 15400, I feel it's superb. The Patek Philippe Nautilus 5712 1A001. What can I say about this watch? It probably sits at the top, not just because it's the most expensive watch in my collection, but because of the way it looks, the way it feels, and the way that the brand was able to make this watch so special. Luckily, I was able to buy it before the price increase back on the 1st of March. I paid retail for it, which was around £25,500. But unfortunately, on the 1st of March, the price increased to £30,500. This watch, the lighting doesn't do it justice. If you've seen the review I've done, I had to film it outside under natural light to be able to get that beautiful color of the dial. It sits again at the top 3 of my watch collection, and I feel it's a piece that will always be with me, and I'll pass it down to my grandchildren. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Do let me know your thoughts. Planning on doing lots of giveaways, including Patek Philippe, AP travel cases that I've received with my watch, a Rolex pen, a Rolex travel case, and of course the cufflinks that I've promised you guys. So what my plan is to do, I'm going to do an actual review where I'll be showing you all the items and you guys will be able to comment telling me which one would you like, and then I'll be posting it on Instagram and do a draw and announce the winners. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel, follow me on Instagram to find out when the winner will be revealed. That's all for this week. Thank you for watching.